Thai food and Mexican food are like best friends.
I love Thai food. I took my family to this, like, it was kind of like a hole in the wall Thai place, but like, you know, like those are always the best spots.
They are.
I was like, I'm gonna try a little bit spicier. I was sweating. My mouth was on fire. My lips were on fire. And I was
Tingling.
like, oh my God, Thai people love spicy food. I was like, oh my God, this is like next level.
Thai food, they don't play around it.
Hey campers, welcome back to another episode of Gay and Afraid with me, your host, Eric Sedeño, or better known as Rico Taquito. This is the podcast where we are putting the camp back in camping, and today we're talking about all things food and meals, faves, obsessions, and more. To help me get into this topic, I have someone very special joining me around the campfire. Please help me welcome the iconic, the beautiful, the amazing Misohungry, aka Varissa Brum.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Woohoo! I'm so glad you're here.
I'm so happy I'm here.
I know.
Oh my God.
I was like, you're so beautiful.
You're so beautiful. I when I got the email to come on here, I almost cried because I'm such a big fan.
Oh
yeah.
my God. That's so sweet.
I've been watching. You're like my comfort TikToker.
Oh my God. I always see your avatar. You're like, it's like pink.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
The
and
little
like,
Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah. It's like so cute.
Thank
So,
you.
I feel like I've known you kind of. It's so crazy that you don't get to see your internet friends.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. It's so cool.
Seeing you in real life is it doesn't even feel real. I'm like, wow.
I know. I'm like, you're not even eating right now. This is so
I
crazy.
know. Who am I?
Who are you? Oh, I also have to show and tell everyone she brought conchitas for me, which is so thoughtful. She also brought me flan.
Choco flan.
So sweet. So I'm so excited.
Yes.
I had a bunch of donuts already today, but I'm gonna eat this after the show.
Treat yourself.
I already had one. There's one missing.
No judgment here.
But how are you today? Are you good?
I'm good. I'm just, I don't know, vibing.
You've had a crazy year already, right?
Yeah, I've had a crazy year. I'm about to go to Thailand next month.
Oh my God.
I did Japan a few months ago. So I'm in my Asia era.
I was watching your videos where you went and you were eating the Nintendo, all that stuff. And you said it wasn't as good as you thought it would be, but Yoshi's Island was good, right?
Yoshi's Island was good, but I love Yoshi. I kind of expected
God, I love Yoshi.
Mario's Cafe to be kind of garbage, but Yoshi's
Really?
because sometimes the food looked a little dry and it's very touristy. But I will say the one thing Japan does really well is the amusement park food. Even though I didn't think it was that great, it's beyond the food here.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel
so good.
In Japan in general, their food is so much more interesting.
Yes,
that's so and the aesthetics of everything were so cute. And you were standing next to the little toad dancing.
Yes.
Oh my God. Guys, go watch her videos. They're so cool.
I felt I healed my inner child going there. Yeah, because I rode on the Yoshi's ride and the Bowser ride and I wore my little headband with the Yoshi on it and the Pikachu. I love that stuff. So it was nice because my parents didn't let me play video games growing up. So.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't.
That's so sad.
I know. I would have to sneak over to my friend's house, to my neighbor's house, and we would secretly play Yoshi's Story. And her dad was the manager of Costco, so I got to drink Capri Sun and eat Lunchables and stuff.
You were saying that in your vlog.
Yeah,
that's how I was oh yes. I was she just told me this. I was no, I've just heard it before because I watched your stuff.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah, so it was awesome.
I'm I'm having the craziest year of my life. I feel everyone's having a good year.
Yeah,
right.
The year's been good.
I feel in the comments would be he's lying. No one's having it. He's just lucky.
No, but I feel everyone's, I feel this year is the year of growth. I feel there's so many changes. People are getting in relationships that have been single forever. Everyone I know is dating, except for me. But everyone I know is dating or breaking up and discovering themselves and
I know. I do
growth.
feel it's a year of figuring things out. I don't know, the universe. Also, I thought last year would be the year because it was kind of the year back from COVID.
Yeah.
The first full year back from COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And it was more like a gray area year for me.
Yeah.
And this year is oh, this is the year that I feel settled and the world is really back and COVID doesn't really exist anymore. I mean, it does, but
I'm cut that out.
COVID or all the extreme measures that people were taking to be careful or lips, you can go to Japan.
Yeah.
You can go travel and not feel bad and not feel worried as much, really. I don't know. I'm really happy about this year.
Yeah, same. It felt kind of cool because I feel like before that everything was so confined, and and now that everything's kind of like we're all like set free and we're like feral and like just out here, it feels like I could just, you know, kind of really explore the things I've been thinking about exploring for the last three years.
Yeah.
You know, like I can like go to Japan and like try all these things and like go to like different countries now and like try like the foods that I've been like watching on TikTok.
I've seen a lot of people been going to Japan this year, and I realized it's because no one could go for years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's why it's such a hot spot, because everyone's been like dreaming about going.
Yes.
I really want to go. I need to go.
Oh my God. You would love it. It's definitely, I didn't know what to expect when I went there, and it's really incredible. And everything's so organized and so streamlined and so like neat.
Yeah.
Like you go to like a bathroom in the subway, it's like cleaner than like a nice restaurant here. And you're like, what is going on? They have like a little thing that folds down where you can put your purse on there, like a step stool that folds down in case you need to do an outfit change in like the public restroom and stuff.
That is so nice.
And they have like little nature sounds, kind of like this vibe. Like
oh my
if
God.
you need to like take a shit or whatever, like you just turn it on and it's like nature noises. It's like the best thing ever.
Oh my God. Well, speaking of nature, can I run through the like theme of the podcast?
Please.
Okay, so it's called Gay and Afraid. Also, this is meant to be funny. I feel like some people like listen to the story and they're like, oh, that's so sad. I'm like, no, girl, I'm laughing. Like, but basically, this is kind of called Gay and Afraid because when I was a Boy Scout, I was at a camp with all the other Boy Scouts who were sitting around the fire, and like they all turned to me, and one of them goes, "Are you gay?" And in that moment, I was nothing in that moment, but like afraid and gay. And I was like, no, I'm not gay. Like, what are you guys talking about? And it's so fun to like look back at that person and know I am not. I'm like, I would have never seen this happening, you know? Like, but I like that's a moment that will, I think, honestly stick in my brain for the rest of my life. And like, do you have any moments like that? Like, it doesn't have to be up being like any sort of thing, but like my other one is like one time these this girl, I got my braces off and she's my friend, and she goes, your teeth are too big for your head. And it's one of those passing comments that like she'll never remember, but like in my head I'm like, stuck with me forever, babe, stuck with me forever.
Yeah, I think about like related to the teeth thing, I had really overlapped teeth and everyone used to call me Bugs Bunny because I had like big buck teeth.
Really?
And then when I went to the orthodontist, I had to get the retainers that you have to grind open. Yeah, and then I had a gap too, so everyone for like 6 months called me Gappy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They would call me Gappy and like fall into the gap and like stuff like that. And yeah, I just like think about that. Or they would when I hit like puberty in middle school, I like got like big hips. And like people would call me like jiggle butt or like butter ass or like whatever, and I was just like, and it made me so self-conscious like up until for a long time.
Really?
Yes. So those are like moments that like stick with me, and now those people like hit me up on Instagram for restaurant recommendations. I'm like, you.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Like,
I know they don't remember what they did.
They don't remember. So
also you're so stunning.
Oh.
I like you have like the most beautiful smile.
Thank
like,
you. So do you.
It was like worth it, you know? Like like you got your perfect smile.
I got my revenge.
Yeah.
No longer gaps.
Oh my God, that's so crazy. Speaking of butts, like when I used to have a bubble butt. I played soccer, and like my girlfriend, my lesbian girlfriend, she in middle school, she was like, "You have a bubble butt," and then people called me BB or bubble butt on the bus because I would try to get out and my butt was big. And I'll never forget. I was like, "Oh my God, that's awful. I have a bubble butt," and now it's gone. And I'm gay, and I was like, I could use that now.
Girl, bring it back.
Bring it back. No.
Oh my God, incredible.
But like as a kid, were you a foodie as a kid?
I always wanted to be. Like I was kind of shy and withdrawn as a kid, so I would just spend a lot of time watching Food Network at home, like how it's made, and like I watched a lot of Anthony Bourdain, like Andrew Zimmerman. And because I didn't like really have like a lot of friends, So that's like what I spent my time doing. And I'm like, wow, like I can't wait to get out of this town and like go and eat all this like food. Like everyone here wants to eat the Olive Garden. No hate against the Olive Garden, but like, you know what I mean? Like I wanted to like
No, I
do that
know.
stuff. Yeah. So I kind of was like a foodie, and like, because my next door neighbor, her dad was the manager of Costco. They always had all this like food and ingredients.
Yeah.
So like we would always like make like little concoctions. And my favorite was making ground beef and saute it with hot Cheetos and mix it with like instant rice.
Really?
It's actually pretty good.
Is
And I would
it?
call it my fancy rice. But yeah,
Okay.
I was always kind of like a food person ever since I was a kid.
Okay, but
Yeah.
like back to Olive Garden, I used to think Olive Garden was like top tier gourmet Italian
Same.
cuisine.
Zuppa Toscana.
Yeah, like I would get that fettuccine Alfredo. I would up a fettuccine Alfredo.
Yes,
Like,
I still would.
yeah, right. And I swear to God, I would have 18 breadsticks before my food even got there. I was like 5 feet tall, and I was just like inhaling those breadsticks. Like,
So good.
oh my God, that was like, it was such a treat. Did you
It
ever go
was.
to like, what is it called? Ugh, it's like the other one. It's not Macaroni Grill. It's like
Red Lobster?
not Red Lobster. It's like the Cheesecake Factory.
Yes.
Oh my God.
They're what do they have? They have what is it? The Southwest egg rolls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Or
their
is that
menu's
just-
like a book,
Yes.
and I'll be reading.
Yeah. Flipping through the chapters. This is my favorite book.
That was my favorite book. That was my Bible. I was like, oh my God. And you go in there, and like my favorite part is like every house back then kind of had that Italian home
Yes.
theme. Like
yes.
it was like you were walking. I don't know why everyone had like the wrought iron and
Oh
like
my God. And like the mural of like Tuscany, like the Italian
Yeah.
countryside. You're like, Mom,
Oh.
like you're from Thailand.
like-
You've never been, like, what's going on? And then you know those jars with all the peppers and the
Yeah.
olives? Have you ever eaten them?
No, are you allowed to?
I don't know.
I feel like they would not be. They're not real food, right?
I think
Maybe
they are. I think they are.
Oh my God, I never even thought about that.
Someone
I'm gonna go to
needs
Goodwill.
to tell us if we need to do a taste test.
They're like pickled for like 18 years.
Yeah.
Like so crazy.
Yeah.
It's so funny that aesthetic took over, and it was like such a Cheesecake Factory aesthetic. Like,
Yeah, I think it's like it's such an iconic aesthetic too, like because it almost like made you feel like fancy. Like I know what like I would go
Yeah.
over to someone's house, and if they had like the dusty like plastic grapes and like the little jars with all the pickled veggie in it, and I would be like, "Oh, they're like rich. Like this is
Yeah.
like nice."
I know. I like, what a time. What
I
a time.
loved it.
I feel like now we don't really have like those aesthetics as harshly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no one's buying
Yeah.
the same thing and like have the.
I-
That's so fun that was what it was.
I think the closest aesthetic is like the farmhouse, like the Texas farmhouse
Oh,
aesthetic.
that is really.
Which I kind of like love.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a vibe. Like whenever I see, you know, those ladies on TikTok that like live in Utah and they're like all friends together and they all have the farmhouse
is-
aesthetic.
Yeah.
I
What is
love
up?
it. I don't
What
know
is
what
up
it
with
is.
like Utah ladies
I
and
love
like
them.
on the internet? They always have like the best friend group. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like,
Oh, and then like all that drama. Did you see all that drama with like the best friend group where they
Oh my
were
God,
like
yeah.
swingers?
They're like
and
Mormon
then
too, right?
Yeah, and it was like a big old like deal.
That's so crazy.
I was deep in that. I was like scrolling through.
Oh my God, my thing is like, I just know whenever there's a part, or if there's a part 2 and I'm swiping and I'm going to like part 13, I'm like, I'm too invested in this.
Yes.
I was like, turn this into a TV show and
Yes.
I'll binge it. Like, it's like so crazy.
Yes.
Now, a quick word from our sponsors today at HelloFresh. I know this episode is covering all things food, so it's literally perfect that I'm here to talk about HelloFresh and the beauty of their delicious meals. With their pre-portioned ingredients, you're not only saving yourself time, but you're cutting down on waste with step-by-step instructions that make cooking a literal breeze. HelloFresh makes sure you get all the best picks all summer long with seasonal ingredients that travel straight from the farm right to your doorstep in less than 7 days for quality that you can taste. Also, HelloFresh offers 40 recipes to choose from weekly, so you'll never get bored, and their fast and fresh recipes are ready in 15 minutes or less, so you can maximize your time outside and enjoy restaurant quality meals without all the work. I'm obsessed with HelloFresh's ability to take my cooking to the next level with their mozzarella crusted chicken, ginger beef stir fry, and creamy shrimp tagliatelle. You're guaranteed to impress anyone who visits your table. Make your spot the destination for restaurant quality meals this summer. Simply shop HelloFresh Market and take your pick from over 100 curated snacks, lunches, sides, and vegan options. Go to HelloFresh.com/50gayafraid and use code 50gayafraid for 50% off plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/50gayafraid with code 50gayafraid for 50% off plus free shipping. Come experience why HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. Now back to the show. Would you have any foods from when you were a kid that you like really miss or like loved?
Oh my God. I'm trying to think.
I can do my list because I've been thinking
Yes,
about
I want to hear your
a
list.
Capri Sun.
Yes.
I would have like 4 in a day. And my mom would be like, okay, Oreos, chocolate chip cookies, Chips Ahoy, Lunchables. What are the good? Fruit roll-ups.
Yes.
Oh my God, those were like all the things that are so bad for your body.
Gushers.
I
would like bite a little hole and like suck out all the liquid and then eat them.
Oh my God, I miss those foods. They were so processed and so bad for you.
They were, and it's so bizarre because everybody brought them to school like they were like the best, like most healthiest lunch, but we were literally eating like the most processed food you can eat.
Yeah.
But like the thing about me was I wasn't allowed to eat that food.
Yeah.
So all my friends would bring it and they would be like, "Your food's stinky," because I would have Thai food.
Oh my God. But that's why your palate is your palate is so like good now.
I was like 7 years old eating massaman curry and everyone's like, "It stinks." And like I'd be like, "I just want to eat a Capri Sun." Or what did they have? What were those ones that like had the little faces on them and you twist off the top?
Oh my God, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and those were my favorite. And the blue ones were my favorite.
The blue ones.
And they have the little angry face on it.
Yeah, I forgot what they're called.
Yeah.
I can see them and they're like kind of like a
little volcano.
Yeah, little volcano shape. Oh my God, I forgot about those. Those are so good.
And Dunkaroos.
Oh my God, Dunkaroos.
Yeah.
What about like Rice Krispie treats?
Yeah.
A Rice Krispie treat.
Rice Krispie treats, especially when it was like different holiday ones. You had like the Halloween one.
Yeah.
And like the Christmas one. Those were so good.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe that it was just like everyone. I think it was the advertising back then.
It was and like high C. I thought high C was like so healthy.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, "Mom, I don't want to drink high C." Like, and every morning I would eat a toaster strudel.
Yeah.
And do like my little strudel on there.
That
like,
was so fun. I felt like a chef.
It's like 40 grams of sugar. Yeah.
Oh my God. Literally, I was like looking at the sugar that you're supposed to eat now as an adult, and it's like under 40 grams. Like it's like literally you're supposed to only I think the average is like 36 max for the day.
It's unreal.
And then I would be like, even I would have a yogurt, it's 20 grams of sugar in my yogurt. I'm like, what the hell? I thought this was healthy. I'm like, once you start paying attention, you're like, oh, I've been like up my body.
Yeah.
Like, it's like really crazy.
You're like, I'm really like, you have to like it's crazy because I think we just don't think about it and we eat and eat and eat, especially like growing up eating like that. And then like you look at like your doctor's like, your cholesterol's high and you're like, oh shit, I'm like eating like 100 grams of sugar a day. This is why I feel so good. Yeah.
It's like American culture, I think.
I think so.
Also like, so one of my best friends growing up, or my best friend in elementary school, he was Indian. And so I feel like I got exposed to like all the different curries and like different cultured food.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't scary to me.
Yeah.
And so even like my parents, like I worked at a pizza restaurant and I was like trying all these different pizzas and they always stick to like pepperoni and cheese and like pepperoni and sausage because they don't want to try different things. And I feel like having the exposure to like different types of food young made me so okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I feel like not many people, not everyone is super exploratory with their diet. Like,
no,
especially as a kid. Like,
no,
I liked curry as a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I love that.
I remember it was really scary at first, and then I tried and I was like, oh, it's good.
It's good.
It kind of tasted like the ones they started me on was super mild. It kind of tasted like beans or something. It was like very
dal.
Yeah, yeah, and
like lentils.
It was really good.
Yeah,
and I remember I was like, oh, it's not scary, and I think like that opened up my eyes to like what food could be outside of like Mexican food and like typical American processed food.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, like what type of like Mexican food like would you eat? Would your mom make?
Okay, an enchilada. I could eat 90 enchiladas right now. Like an enchilada. My mom would she would make like, I don't know, she's really good. I remember enchilada night was like my favorite night as a kid.
I love that.
And we used to do Taco Tuesday or Taco Thursday. We do Taco Thursday and watch Ugly Betty. All as a family.
Cute.
And so I loved like, and she would like pan fry them.
Yeah.
She wouldn't even get the pre-made taco shells. She would like make them, and she'd make beans and rice and I'm like trying to think carne asada.
Carne
That was
asada.
so good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Now I'm like, oh my God, what did I go? What about your mom? She would make a lot of Thai food?
She would make a lot of Thai food, but because I grew up in New Mexico, I ate a lot of New
Oh,
Mexican food.
yeah.
So, like, my parents, because my mom's from Thailand and moving to America, there's like no spicy food, but
Oh,
Mexican
yeah.
food, like Thai food and Mexican food are like best friends.
Yeah.
Because it's like spicy, it's acidic, it's like filling, you know?
Yeah.
So my mom actually loves Mexican food.
That's so
Like,
funny.
and in New Mexico, they eat a lot of like carne asada, like with like it's like the red chili braised pork. So it's like super spicy and it's covered in red
Ooh.
chili. Or my mom's favorite was stuffed sopapillas.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God, they're
A
so
sopapilla.
good. Yeah, a sopapilla, which
Oh,
I cannot find anywhere outside of like the Southwest, but it's like a fried puffed bread and
yeah.
it's stuffed with meat like carne asada, carne nevada,
Yeah.
carnitas, and then it's covered with like chili and cheese and you eat it with beans and rice.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
I
it's
used
so
to have
good.
the dessert sopapillas that are like covered in like cinnamon and sugar,
Yes.
and then you put the honey on it.
Yes.
Oh my God, I
They're
used to like
so
love those. I haven't
good.
had a sopapilla in forever.
Oh my God.
I
Next time you're out here, I'll make you some.
yeah. Oh my God,
They
that'd
probably
be.
won't be as good as back home, but I'll make you
Oh,
some.
I'm sure it'll be better.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be like and like I haven't had them in so long. I need to like
Yes.
try it. That's so funny. Wow, I'm so glad you said that. That's so funny. I love Thai food.
Uh-huh.
Like I didn't never think of them as like sisters or
Yeah.
like
Oh, they're sisters for sure.
when I graduated, I took my family to this like it was kind of like a hole in the wall Thai place, but like you know like those are always the best spots.
They are.
And it was called Thai in Dallas. Look it up, guys. It's so good. And I just remember I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna I was like, I'm gonna try a little bit spicier today. And like there's 5 levels, right? They
Yeah.
always give you the 5. And I was like, I'll do a 4. I was sweating. My mouth was on fire. My lips were on fire. And I was like,
Tingling.
yeah, I was like tingling and I was like, oh my God, Thai people love spicy food. I was like, oh my God, this is like next level. One time I took
Yeah.
my Jewish friend there and she did like a 2.
Oh
She was like, not
no.
okay.
Poor thing. Dude, her world was
She was-
probably rocked. She probably
she-
couldn't hear.
She was sweating, girl. I've never seen her sweat like that.
What a trooper, dude. Because Thai food, they don't play around. And even
They
in
don't.
the US, they like the level 5 is like probably a regular like Thai spicy to like a Thai person.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like so like a Thai spicy is like your ears are ringing and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
And like
crazy.
even Mexican spicy, I feel like at jalapeno level is like average. You know,
Yeah.
it's not that bad. Like you can
Yeah.
really like survive. But then you start adding the hot sauces.
I don't know.
Oh.
Have you the taco places out here where they have the salsas, like the habanero salsas,
Oh, that's
are
true.
so hot.
Hot.
I'm like, even for me, like I can eat really spicy. I'm like, dude, I like cannot do that.
Yeah.
It's like too much.
Well, I just mean like base level, like jalapeno is like kind of where you start. In terms of
Yeah,
spicy.
yeah.
And like some white people just can't do it.
No,
Like they just can't have jalapeno. I love jalapenos.
God. I went on a date with a guy that couldn't eat pepper. He said
Like-
pepper was too spicy.
Like
Yeah,
like
the
salt
pepper.
and pepper.
But let me tell you, so we went out like on our first date and we went to Davy Wayne's, which is like in Hollywood, and we had such a great time. We went to the taco truck and I got carne asada fries. Those are my favorite at 2 a.m.
Yeah. Okay.
I got carne asada fries and I got like the hot like salsa on it, the salsa rojo.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Can I have a bite of like your, fries?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, like whatever." He took a bite and he's like, "You bitch."
What?
Yes, he's like, "You bitch, you knew these were spicy and you let me try them." I was like, "That's exactly what I said." I was like, "Whoa."
What?
Yeah.
He called you a bitch?
Yeah.
Oh, it would have been over right then.
I
and
was just standing there with my carne asada fries, but he paid for them, so I like ate them and I left. But I was just like, anyways, like
That
weird.
is so bonkers.
Yeah, but some people he really can handle spicy.
When people are like, ketchup is so spicy, I'm like, you don't even know. You can't live your life. Have you
Yeah.
ever never heard that?
Wait, someone said ketchup is spicy?
This white guy, I remember in elementary school, he would eat bread and ketchup, like toast and like ketchup,
Uh-huh.
and he'd be like, oh, so it's spicy.
Maybe he's trying to impress you.
I don't know what's going on.
He's a little liar.
It's so weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like you like travel a lot for food too, right?
Yeah.
And that's really cool. I never thought of like food tourism.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think it's so cool that like like one of the fun parts about going a new place is trying that culture's food and like
Yeah.
really seeing like the different flavors and how they cook there.
Yeah.
And so that's so cool that like, food tourism is such a big part of your life. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I because I grew up watching Andrew Zimmerman and Anthony Bourdain, and I was like,
yeah,
dude, that's like so sick. Like,
yeah,
so like for me, when I book trips, it's specifically to like go eat the food in
yeah,
these cities. And what's so cool about it is it like forces you to like go outside of like what's considered like touristy or the touristy area. And even in like the food tourism industry, there's like super touristy places. But if you just like wander off a little bit, you like meet like the coolest people, like because people love when you try their cultural food,
yeah,
and they're like so down to like show you around and tell you about it. And like when we went to Japan, like we went to places that were like off the beaten path,
yeah,
and like we would just show up there, obviously like tourists,
yeah,
and they were just like, what the hell, like how did you end up here? Because we would just like go like way out there,
yeah.
and they were like so excited, and they would like bring out like different dishes for us to try, and like talk like try we would talk through Google Translate on
Oh,
the
that's
Google
cool.
Translate app and
Oh
try
my
to like
God,
talk to
yeah.
each other and like pull up pictures and like point at different pictures and like share like those moments with each other. And
That's
that
so
it was
cool.
very cool. And like I did that when I was in Portugal, like in Spain. Like
Yeah.
I met like a taxi driver there, and he like gave us a restaurant recommendation and like drove us like 2 hours outside of like the city. And like
Really?
we went and had like lechon, like the pork, like the spit roasted
Oh my God,
pork.
really?
Yeah, and like everybody there was getting like wasted off of like Jameson and passing around bottles of Jameson. And like I was this like Portuguese liquor, so we just like got like wasted like with
Is that the
them.
whiskey or is it like,
Jameson?
yeah,
Yeah, Jameson's whiskey.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they were just drinking like whiskey and like some type of Portuguese liquor and eating like the lechon with orange slices. And they have like live Portuguese like folk songs, and they just had them there like singing, and everyone was like singing with them. And like me and my friend were like the only, and we're like both Asians, and he's Chinese, I'm Thai, and like obviously stood out. And
Yeah,
everyone's like, where are you from? Like
that's so
like yeah,
cool.
so it was like that's like an example of something that's like so cool and like why I love it, you
That's
know?
so fun. You know what's
Yeah.
really funny is like one time I went to Puerto Rico with my boyfriend
Uh-huh.
and he's vegetarian and like
Your boyfriend's
everything in
vegetarian.
Puerto Rico has meat.
Yeah.
Everything. So he was just eating mofongo like over and over and over, like vegetarian vegetable mofongo. And then one day we went to the beach and we're like, okay, where are we gonna eat? And he's like, I can't have any more mofongo.
Mofongo.
I'm like, please. And we found a Chili's.
Wait, a Chili's?
in Puerto
Like baby back ribs?
Yeah,
Chili's?
we found a Chili's in. I'm pretty sure it was Chili's in Puerto Rico, and we went there, and it was his favorite meal in Puerto Rico. And I was like, girl, come on. I don't know. It's
No.
not, when I think about that, term, I'm like, that is so funny because I was having
That's
such good food. Like the steak is good,
yes,
all the
Puerto
meat
Rican food
is
is
really good.
fire.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
so
know. My
good.
poor boyfriend. Being vegetarian's hard. I feel like it's hard to like travel and be
It is.
vegetarian.
I won't date someone that's vegetarian. Sorry to your man. Sorry to your man. I went on a date with a guy who I talked to him about food for 2 hours. And at the end of our date, he told me he was vegetarian.
Oh my
After he
God.
had like talked to me about all of like the places he'd like to eat and like sushi and all this stuff. And then like at the end of the conversation, he's like, actually, I have to tell you something. And I'm like, what? He's like, I'm vegetarian, but I didn't want to tell you. I was like,
It's
what
not
the
gonna
fuck?
work.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Okay.
So what are
Yeah.
your like for a guy, what are your
Mhm.
like top like things on your list? Can I ask?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has to be funny.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I date men who think that they're funny, but they're really like not funny. They're like super like I hate like my biggest ick is like when they send me like a meme and it's like so like
Not
you know what I mean?
funny
Or when they send me a reel that's been like a TikTok for
for like
like
a long
4
time.
months. I'm like, ew. Like,
Oh,
sorry.
you're out of touch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
out of
kind of
touch,
vibe.
babe. So it's like you have to be like funny and like witty. You have to be able to like banter with me and stuff. And you can't be a picky eater.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then you have to be like kind of like adventurous. You can't be like uptight.
Yeah.
I don't like dudes that are like uptight. Like I can't do this because I have my gym at 7:30. I'm like, your gym. Like,
Yeah.
let's go eat brunch.
No,
Like,
I
you
know.
know?
For me, like I always say like sense of humor.
Yes.
Like a dumb sense of humor.
Yes.
A pretty smile.
Yes.
And then what was the third one? I don't even know. I forgot what the third one was.
So
But
you basically.
yeah. But like I just like think sense of humor is like one of the most important things.
It
like
is.
They have to match. Like they have to at least like if we have different senses of humor, it doesn't work. Like
it's the worst.
That's like for me, like the ground floor is like that
Yeah.
has to make sense. And if you don't get my sense of humor like all the way, it's like not gonna work out.
Have you ever said something like thinking like it was funny? It's like, and then like it doesn't land, and they're just kind of like,
Yes.
what?
That's one of my only bad dates is like we had different senses of humor.
Oh my god!
And I was like, "Oh, you're weird." I was like,
you're weird.
I was like, "I'm funny." Like you're not laughing. I'm like, "I'm funny." Like,
I hate when men are like, they tell me they're like, "Oh my god, you're like so funny. Like you're so funny." I'm like, "Do you really think I'm funny, or you just have no sense of humor?" Like, because I don't think you're funny.
No,
like,
yeah.
What's the deal? Like, because they'll like try to send me funny stuff, and it's like a dog wearing a hat, walking on his hind legs, like to like baby like music or something, and I'm like,
that doesn't make any sense. I know.
It's like so weird. I'm like, ew.
Sometimes I'm like, I'm worried my humor's too niche. Sometimes of like I think things
No,
are
your
funny.
humor is great.
I don't know, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I mean, my boyfriend, he's funny in a different way, but we have the
Mhm.
same sense of humor.
Yes.
He's like quiet,
Uh-huh.
and then he just like does things that I only see that I'm like, okay, you're really funny.
Yeah.
But not everyone gets to see it. That's
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
You're like an extrovert now, right? Would you consider
No,
yourself?
I'm like in my introvert era.
Really?
Right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I've just been like more introverted this past year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, but I feel like you've been exploring a lot. When I always think about like introverts being like homebodies and
Mhm.
like not really wanting to be out. But my boyfriend, he's more of an introvert, and he like is always doing stuff.
Yes.
He just doesn't like always need people to like give him energy.
Same.
So that's you. That's your
So
vibe?
that's me. Like I love being around people. I love like doing things with people. But like I like kind of like being on my own, like choose my own adventure type of thing. Like I'll just like go out and be like, oh, like I'm feeling like sexy today. I want to go like have a glass of wine at a French restaurant and like eavesdrop.
Yeah.
So like I'll like go do that. Like I love like going and like just like me discovering food places is like literally just me like going there and like sitting alone and
That's so cool.
like just vibing out. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, I know we were talking about this earlier, but like, did you do YouTube? Are you on YouTube?
I've just put on. I'm new to
Since
YouTube, but it's like shorts. Yeah.
No, we were like kind of talking about it, which we don't have to talk about, but like the guys who like are on YouTube are kind of creepy for food, girls eating food. It's kind of like twitchy. Like they
Yeah.
leave like crazy comments. Have you gotten any
Yes.
crazy comments?
Oh my god.
Do you get crazy requests and stuff?
My comments are so insane. They're so insane.
Really? Do you get crazy DMs too?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do they want you to like eat certain things, or like what do they want? Like,
Like I mean, you could leave this in or not. Well, the one of like the craziest ones I got was like, if I was, what was it? If I was like 10 feet underwater and drowning, I would use your queefs as an oxygen mask, as oxygen. I was like, what? Like, I get DMs like that. Like, they're just not like normal.
Oh,
like,
my God.
they're like, I get like, hey, you look so beautiful. Or like, hey, like, oh, you're like the perfect girl. Like, you look so great. Like,
what do they think you're going to say back to that?
But then I get comments like that. Like, I would drag my balls across hot asphalt just to talk to you. Like, stuff like that. And I'm like, is everyone okay? Like,
is that like fetishy? Like, is that their fetish to be like, you're going to dominate?
I don't know, but I get.
Do you take it as a compliment?
Sometimes I'm like, for me? Like, okay, that's nice.
That is
but like, yeah, I'll get stuff like, this one person, he sends me videos of himself, like, doing the lightsaber thing.
Oh, okay.
Like, to music. And just like tons of videos. Like, I'm sure you're really nice and stuff, but like, I'm just like, oh, like, I just get all kinds, like the spectrum of it.
I feel like being a beautiful woman on the internet is like crazy. You know what I mean?
It's pretty, yeah.
So like,
it's pretty intense.
My best friend Jen, she's like also half Japanese, and I feel like she gets like fetishized for like being Asian.
Oh, yeah.
One, and then two, like she can't look at her DM requests because like the odds of it being like creepy and insane are like
So high.
So high.
So high. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I just feel like it'd be really weird. She
Yes.
also looks very young. She looks like she could be like 17.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, it gets weird. It gets
Yes.
weird real fast. But
And like, I think it's like some of these men will comment and you like look at their profile and they're like with their wife or like holding their
Yeah.
kid. I'm like, sir, and it says like God first. I'm like, what is going on? Like, but yeah, like I get just really crazy balls to the wall, unhinged messages. And like I was telling you earlier, that's why a lot of my content I wear, I have like
Hi.
the same like 5 shirts that I
You
always
always
wear in my
wear.
content. Like even right now with like my bra like coming up with like the
I know, you
tremendous
look
affair.
good. You're sitting there.
Thank
You
you.
look good.
They're
Like,
sitting.
they're sitting. But like, yeah, that's so crazy. You have to like think about that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like I like for me, like I specifically won't eat like phallic foods intentionally.
Oh, okay.
Because like I had one video where I'm eating a longanisa, which is like a Filipino sausage.
Yeah.
And it's like a big like longanisa and I'm like eating it and everyone's like, oh,
Oh my
longanisa."
God.
Yeah.
I had this one friend and she had her little YouTube channel and she would sit in her car and she would eat K-Dogs all the time.
Oh.
And then she'd be eating K-Dogs in a
And it
low
has the
cut.
cheese.
Yeah,
And she's
the
like, "Mm."
cheese. And then she'd be in like a low cut shirt and they'd be like, burp more. And then the next video, she'd be like, burping.
It's so
And then she had her Amazon, where she would link her Amazon store and they're
Yes.
like, and they'd be like, she's like, they buy me gifts.
I need to get into that. I get no gifts.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you put that in your bio, girl. They'd be like buying you stuff
like,
left and right.
I'm like, I need a new air fryer.
Yeah,
I need a new
listen.
Vitamix vacuum.
Oh, they would be doing that for you. I feel like that's like, yeah.
Maybe that's my new niche. You've inspired me. Maybe I'll like just do that instead.
Well, so like, so you're going to, where are you going?
Thailand.
Thailand. Oh yeah, Thailand.
Mhm.
Is that where your mom is visiting home? Or
Yeah,
she live
so
there
my
now, or-
mom's from Thailand, but
Yeah,
she
yeah.
lives in Albuquerque. My mom and dad still live in Albuquerque.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Are they gonna go with you or are you going by yourself?
I'm actually going with the Thai tourism.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's like
Oh, that's awesome.
so it'll be cool because it's like going with like Thai people.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting when your family's here, you've always grown up here, let's say you're like Asian American, you really don't have a lens of like how life is like in
Over
your like
there.
mother country, you know?
Yeah.
So like going like with actual Thai people like from Thailand is like gonna be really exciting because it's like, you know, I only know like Thai culture like really like through my mom, and she's
Yeah.
like in her 70s and she's like in Thailand they don't do that. I'm like, Mom, it's been like you haven't been there since the 80s.
Yeah.
Like they're like way different now, so it's gonna be really cool to go with like young like
Yeah.
Thai people. Yeah.
My boyfriend, he speaks Mandarin. He like studied Mandarin from when he was
Really?
like a little kid.
Uh-huh.
And he lived in China for like I think 2 semesters of
Mhm.
college.
Mhm.
And in between he stayed with his friend in Thailand and he said
Uh-huh.
it was like the most beautiful place.
Yes.
And he had like the summer of his life there.
Yes.
And I'm like, I want to go.
You
Like
guys
it
should go to
sounds-
Thailand.
Yeah.
Thailand is amazing. It's also like the #1 like best tourism for like gay tourism.
Yeah.
Like it's like just it's very like very open, like happy, accepting culture. People there are so friendly. They like want to be your like bestie. They like want to show you around and not in like a I'm gonna scam you and like charge
That's
you like
my fear. My
Yeah.
mind goes straight to scamming.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
no, like they're not gonna scam you. Like you have such like a great energy, and I
Yeah.
think like people will be able to like recognize that, and they would, yeah.
That's so cool.
You
I
would
know. I
love
want to have
it.
like a big adventure this year.
Oh
maybe
my
I'll go to
God,
Thailand.
you should go. You guys
How
should
long
go.
are you going for?
So I'm going next month. It will be like the duration of August, but I might go again in November.
Oh my
So
God.
I'll let you know.
That's
You can
cool.
tag along. Yeah, you can come.
Do you want to like what's on your bucket list for like places to explore eating?
In Thailand or just in general?
Like in the world. Like I feel like you've already done Japan and like I
Yeah.
know you've been other places obviously. Like
Yeah.
what do you have any other things you want to like try?
I definitely want to explore more of Asia. Like I want to go to
Yeah.
the Philippines. Like I love Filipino food just in general, and the Filipino culture that I've like gotten accustomed to here is like so amazing. So I would love to go like to the Philippines.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to go to Taiwan. They have
Oh
like
my God.
apparently the best like nightclub scene and like late night food scene. Because I'm like a late night like
Yeah.
girly. Like I love to like go out and stuff like that. So apparently that's like amazing.
And night food is so fun because you're drunk.
Yes.
Eating drunk is
Yes.
so fun.
Eating, oh my God, I have a video of me in Japan and and I'm like wasted. We just like went to like a gay club in Tokyo and like it was they have like underground smoking rooms there.
Really?
At the gay club. Like you go down there, it's like this one when we went to is in a basement. Yeah, and it's like with an ultra filtration system so you could smoke cigarettes inside the club but in like a room.
Oh,
And
really?
it's all ultra filtered, super clean, and then so you don't have to step out of the club.
So you can, oh my God, that's so crazy.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I was like,
That-
oh, technology. Like, I love Japan. Like, it's so cool.
Japan is like 20 years in the future.
It really is.
It's like so ahead of us.
Yeah,
Like,
and so we went after the club. We went to a like 24-hour ramen spot, and I was like so wasted. I thought my friend could like read Japanese and like speak Japanese, but really like the kiosk had an English option. But like I even videoed it too. I was like, oh my God. He's like, how do you know Japanese? He's like, bitch, like it's in English. I was like, oh yeah. But then you like sit at like the little counter and like the blind goes up and they hand you your ramen. They
that's so
shut
cool.
the blind. Yeah, it was just
Uh-huh.
I love eating like, especially also LA too, like eating tacos drunk, or in New York eating
my
like
God.
at the halal carts.
Oh, the halal carts
Oh.
changed my life. I like love the halal carts. And,
Yes.
like, oh my God. They even have like halal like storefronts sometimes.
Yes.
And I went in there drunk one time and it's so they have like neon bright lights. And I'm like, I'm stepping into the future.
You're like, where am I?
I'm in there so f***ed up. I'm like, it's too bright in here. People are gonna see everything I'm doing. I can't even stand up straight, babe. Like, but the food is so good.
Yeah.
I really I feel like I love Indian food and like the flavors are just like so good.
Yes.
I'm like so curious what it's like to go to India and like try the food there.
I think I hear the place to go in India is Goa. It's like a beachside area of India, and like you can eat like Indian seafood and all that stuff, which isn't like common, I guess, out here. But like they have like curried crab and like shrimp and like all this stuff, and you can get like cabanas like on the beach. And
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
yeah, I hear it's like amazing. I have some friends that are from Goa, so it's like,
have you done a lot of South America? Like,
I want to go. I've never been.
Oh really?
But I want to go to Brazil.
I want to go to Rio.
Yes.
I just like have to. Well, at least once in my life. Like I need to go. And,
yes.
Like, I heard it's crazy.
I want to do Panama. Well, Panama's like, this is like Central America, but Panama, Guatemala, Belize. Yeah, like Brazil, which I hear is just like off the rails.
Yeah.
Like so much fun.
Colombia sounds.
Colombia. All my friends are. Colombia's doing like so much stuff right now. Like,
right? I feel like everyone's going to Colombia.
Everyone, they're all like going to Medellin, and I'm like obsessed with like Colombian telenovelas right now. So I'm like,
oh my God, really?
Yes, called Fake Profile. Watch it. Fake Profile.
Fake Profile.
Netflix.
Okay, it's on Netflix.
Yeah,
I need to start watching that. I need to make a new show. So
it's like a guy that catfishes a girl on Tinder in Vegas, and she like goes down to Colombia, and it's all this like drama.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, she like follows him down to Colombia. He's like a Colombian doctor.
I watched this one movie on Netflix where it's like she gets abducted, and then he's like, it's like in Spanish. Oh my God, do you know what I'm talking about? No idea.
Is it Who Killed Sarah?
I don't know, girl. I forgot. I just want to know what your favorite meal is. Like, what's your favorite thing to eat? Like, do you have one if you had to pick one, or even a favorite type of food?
My favorite type of food is like noodles.
Yeah.
I can eat noodles in any form.
Yeah.
Like just like the slurping and the noodling. Like sometimes like I like to eat a lot of it at once, and sometimes like one at a time. Like I just like it. Like I love noodles.
And there's so many different types.
There's so many types of noodles.
And like I feel like every culture has their own version of a noodle.
Yeah. Like Mexican culture has fideo. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
that soup is so good.
So good. So good.
And then, oh my gosh, what is the name of that one soup? There's this one soup. It starts with an M.
Menudo?
Menudo.
I am obsessed with menudo.
But I can't do the cow intestine.
You can't?
I tried it one time when I was a little kid, and like, I don't know why. I feel like if they hadn't told me it was cow intestine, I would have eaten it like, oh, that's so good.
Stomach, yeah.
And something about it, like now I put it, I can't. I just
really?
like, it makes me sad or something. I'm like, no, not a cow, like intestine. Like,
have you tried it?
Yeah, I need to try it again.
Okay.
I'm gonna get.
I'll take you.
People are gonna be mad at me.
I'll take you. There's a really good menudo spot out here.
Yeah, I love the soup.
The soup is good.
But it's just like the meat that really gets me. I don't know why. What is it called? What do they call it?
Tripe?
Yeah, the tripe. Yeah. Oh, I don't know
Yeah.
why.
It looks like tissue paper or something.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. My mom makes really good menudo,
Oh,
but I'm
really?
just like so not here for it. Something about it. But
It's intense. It's
I
intense.
I really want to go to Mexico and try like authentic Mexican food and like.
I want to go so
Have you
bad.
okay? So today, do you have like Tex-Mex in Albuquerque?
So in Albuquerque, we have New
New
Mexican
Mexican
food,
food?
which is like a mix of like Spanish,
And
indigenous, and Mexican.
okay,
And like people that like are in New Mexico, their families have been there for
a long
like they
time.
can't trace it back to anywhere like but New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Like some people can trace it back to Mexico or Spain,
Yeah.
but the people I talk to would just consider themselves like New Mexican.
Do you guys
Yeah.
have queso?
No.
Oh
they
my
don't,
God, no.
But like I mean we do have queso in the restaurants and stuff, but it's
Yeah.
like not like common, you know,
Oh,
like
okay.
like you're not gonna have, but I love queso. Like so you know like
Oh.
any like potluck you go to, you have the crock pot
Yes.
with the Velveeta
Vita,
and then
the
the what is-
tomatoes, and they put all like
the jalapeno.
yeah, and like
Sometimes
oh
a
my God.
ground beef.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, when it's like a nacho-y kind of cheese.
Yes.
That shit is so
And
good.
sometimes in New Mexico they'll put green chili.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
that
so
sounds so
hatch
good.
green chili.
That Velveeta shit.
I
That
can eat
Velveeta
just
queso.
a brick of Velveeta, just bite
It
into
is so
it.
good. And then like Texas, it's like such a normal thing to get like a bowl of
Yes.
queso when you go anywhere.
Yeah.
And my favorite place, I forgot the name, like which place served it, but it was like queso with guacamole with bean and salsa, and then you would dip and you'd get like a whole like it was like basically
Oh
like
my
it was just like
God.
I miss Texas food.
Is it like a taco bowl where it's like the bowl is like a tortilla and then you break off the bowl and you eat the insides?
No, it was
Oh.
just like a bowl, but then it had chips everywhere.
Oh,
And so it
okay.
was like it's kind of like a choose your own adventure nacho.
Yes, I love that. Deconstructed nacho.
Yeah. So now we're moving into our next segment, which is called I'll Be the Judge. And we're going to take these fan submitted stories and decide whether they are innocent or guilty. But it's not really that intense. And it's also food related this round. So
Okay.
let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Court is in session. This is the first one. Am I guilty for putting gravy on watermelon? Oh, that sounds really
I think
nasty.
it's like what kind of gravy? If it's a white gravy.
On watermelon? Is that sweet and savory, you think?
Maybe a little bit.
That sounds nasty. I wouldn't say guilty on that one. Would you eat that?
I would try it.
I feel like you would try everything.
Yeah.
though. You would give everything once.
Yeah, I would try everything once.
Did you ever do that trend on TikTok where people put cheese in chocolate milk?
No,
Did you
but
see
I've eaten
that?
chocolate and cheese
Is that like
together.
good?
Like cheddar cheese and chocolate.
Is
yeah.
it really good together?
Yeah.
That sounds like competing flavors.
It's like dipping your French fry into like a milkshake. Yeah.
Okay, that seems. But cheese is so intense.
Velveeta
You know what I mean?
cheese.
Yeah, Velveeta. Me dipping my Velveeta cheese stick into my
Okay, that's
chocolate milk.
guilty. Yeah, that's guilty.
Okay, I'm going to say guilty, but you'll say innocent.
Innocent, yeah.
Okay, so you're guilticent. That's what we'll go with. Am I guilty for loving to eat warmed up baby food, chewed up on digestive biscuits?
That's disgusting.
You're guilty, girl.
Guilty. I didn't even need to hear more
That
or the
is
reasoning
so-
behind it.
You're guilty. Ew.
Wait, so you like eat the baby food and then you spit it back out on what's a digestive biscuit?
A digestive biscuit.
A
It's
digestive
British.
biscuit.
Apparently, a digestive biscuit is British. Can you do a British
Okay.
accent?
I cannot. Does that sound British?
It's a bit British. Like,
It's a bit British.
would you like a digestive biscuit, babes?
Only with what was I gonna? I get confused.
Only with baby food.
Only with baby food.
Warmed up.
Yeah.
Chewed on.
Only if you spit on my digestive biscuits.
God, you're nasty. Guilty.
Guilty.
I'm so sorry.
Jail immediately. Jail.
Okay. The next one is, am I guilty for something I call a night salad? Every late afternoon, I make a salad and then leave it on my nightstand, and then often wake up in the middle of the night thirsty and enjoy what I call a night salad. It's soggy, but it quenches my thirst.
Okay, this is why I don't order delivery salad, because when you get it, it's like night salad vibes. It's like kind of soggy, like juicy.
That is like one of my least favorite textures of a food is like soggy.
It's juicy salad.
Yeah. Like what?
Yeah.
I don't think that makes any sense. But I mean, girl, do you? But
Yeah.
also like that's her That's like you're drinking your water is like a soggy salad.
How much water are you like ingesting? It's just all ranch.
Girl, I know your piss is rank. Like
I know you stink.
I know you stink, bitch. No, I was kidding. I don't think that's fair. I am gonna go guilty. Guilty. I'm sorry. It's not for me. Okay. Okay. The next one is, am I guilty for eating my bananas with the short, fast chomps as I bite into them, so they're already mostly chewed by the time it fills my mouth?
What?
Is that just bananas? So that's the only way you can eat a banana is if you chew it really quickly.
I feel like if you're a texture person, then that's fine. As long as you're not like regurgitating it and then eating it.
I really don't think that's that weird. It's just like weird that you notice that you do that. Are you eating like a hamster? That's
just
kind of
from the middle.
Yeah. I've never taken a bite from a banana in the middle. It seems like psycho behavior.
Yeah, that seems truly unhinged. It's like getting a burrito and eating it through the middle.
Yeah, that's
like
so weird.
Justin Bieber.
Is that what Justin Bieber does?
I don't know. I don't know if the meme's real or fake, but there's one of Justin Bieber eating a burrito from the middle.
Oh, when the Bieber stands come for this?
No,
the believers come for you?
I'm kidding. It's all fake.
It's me
fake.
Worse than the 6'2" guys. Okay, I don't know. I feel like you're innocent.
Yeah.
I might try that.
Yeah, innocent.
Like
we'll do that after this.
You're gonna get bananas and try them after.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is, am I guilty for eating ham in the shower? Honestly,
I feel like I would do that drunk.
Yeah. Well, like if it's like a honey baked.
It has to be a sliced deli meat or like a ham stick.
Yeah. What's a ham stick?
Like, you know, like when you get the snacks and they're like stick-shaped
hams.
Yeah. I eat them.
I feel like that's not that weird.
Yeah. As long as you don't drop it on the ground and then eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like eating in the shower is like a really weird thing to do.
Yeah.
Kind of, but like it's also kind of fun.
It's the most sanitary. Like, have you ever had a shower beer? Where you drink beer in the shower?
I've had like wine during a tub, but like a tub.
Okay.
I feel like it's the same vibe.
I'm all drinking my Modelo in the shower.
Okay, love Modelo.
Yeah, I do.
It's so good.
It's so
my
good.
dad used to my dad loves Modelo, and then I was like, let me try it, and it's good.
It's so.
Dos Equis is also really refreshing.
It is. It quenches your thirst.
Yeah. Are you a beer girl?
Yeah. I am.
Okay. I'm like kind of a beer guy. I'm more of like honestly a wine person lately. Because I have one glass of wine by myself sometimes, and I'm like, I'm living my life.
Yeah.
Like I'm an adult.
Wine kind of makes me feel like sexy, and beer makes me feel like powerful. But wine makes me feel like kind of like sultry.
Wine makes me feel like tired as like I'm like such a sleepy like whiner. I don't know, but I like love it. I love it.
Yeah, like I love like a big ass jug of sangria.
Oh my god, sangria is so
with
fun.
all the fruits in there. And you just get wasted and just like sipping on it, and you're like just sitting there like chit chatting with your sangria.
No, yeah,
such a vibe.
It's such a vibe. But I don't think you should. I think that person's innocent. Ham in the shower.
No, that's fine.
Innocent. You're good,
yeah,
girl.
You're fine.
You can keep going. Okay. Am I guilty for eating purse pizza? Okay. When I take my leftovers to work, I never put them in the fridge. When I'm hungry, I just pull out the food from my purse and eat it.
You know what? I've brought pizza to the club once.
Okay, see, that's fun.
In a Ziploc bag, and ate my pizza at the table I was at.
Do you think, like, how long does pizza last in a purse?
I think pizza never needs to be refrigerated if you get it delivered. Like, I feel like it has so many preservatives in there, it just never goes bad. It just, like, have you ever left pizza out on the counter overnight and ate it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, that's true. I never thought about that.
It preserves itself.
I kind of love cold pizza, though.
Yeah.
Something about it is like a different, like the new texture of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little nice when it's like cold.
It's like a little treat. It's like
depending on the topics.
Yeah.
Or the toppings, you know?
I think like a cold pepperoni pizza is so good. Because then all the fat from the pepperoni like solidifies and you're just kind of like eating it. It's like so.
Oh, when the grease is hard.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's so
I'm like
good.
drooling. I'm like, whoa. Like a purse pizza right now.
Okay, I'll say innocent too.
Yeah, innocent.
Oh, thank you so much for coming. Here, you can take your wig off if you'd like.
I love that. I was getting so comfortable in this wig.
I know. But your hair's so cute. I love your bun.
Thank you.
But I was like, if you wanted to say anything to the camera, perhaps where to find you on social or anything you're coming up for you'd like people to know about. This is your chance.
Okay. Well, if you want to know about more cultural food and go on food adventures with me, you can follow me on Misohungry on TikTok and Misohungry with 2 R's on Instagram.
Yeah.
And feel free to DM me if you have any questions about food or need food recommendations, because I got you.
Yeah, she's the best. She makes really cute vlogs too, like about her food adventures, and they're really good. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Rico Taquito. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, don't. Thank you so much, campers, for sticking around for another episode. Please follow, rate, and review Gay and Afraid wherever you get your podcasts, and subscribe to the Past Your Bedtime channel on YouTube for full video episodes. We'll see you next Tuesday, campers. Love you. Bye. Woohoo!